welcome to Legless, Not Lifeless, Living the Nightmare, Chasing the Dream. It's great to be with you again, and the next part of our preparation to start our build project is we're looking at our water system, which you'll be able to see here. This is a full system layout. I'm going to break this down into little parts so that we can do it and see what it will work like, and then I will speak about the grid filling system in a little bit at the end. So the first thing that we need is a filling source. Well, that's literally going to be a straightforward filling cap into a water tank. Now we need an opportunity to be able to drain that tank totally, so that's why we have this water drain cap, so that if we ever put the wrong type of water in, or we end up with something in there that we shouldn't, we can isolate that and drain it down and give it a good clean. So that's the idea of this. From there we have an isolation tap. That's just in case if anything should happen, we can totally isolate the whole of the system so that it's not supplying water to any part of the unit, so that we can then check for any leaks or pressure problems or things like that. The next part of it is just a straightforward small monochrome filter. This is to just filter out any bacteria, any particles that are not fit for us and that are going to cause us problems. We then have our 12 volt 24 volt water pump system, and that'll be probably around 40 psi, which is more than enough to pump all of this water around to the various parts of it. With us having that water pump, we need an expansion tank to be able to cope with that, and then once again we're putting another isolation tap there, so that if there's a problem between the expansion tank and the water tank and the isolation tap here fails, we can then also isolate it here. From there, the water, which is still cold fed, will go either to the water heater or it will be fed off to the cold water supply for each of the things that we need. So first thing would be for the kitchen sink, and second one would be for the hand basin and shower in the toilet, and then the cold water feed for an outside shower and also an outside water pressure tap. The outside water pressure tap for me is really important because it's a point that I'll be able to wash my wheelchair down with, because being a full-time wheelchair user and going some of the places that I want to go, it's just going to get absolutely blathered. So having the opportunity to be able to wash that down will be really good. Once the cold water feed has gone into the water heater, which will either be heated by LPG gas or electric heater, and I'm going to say more about the heater in a second video so that it goes more in depth and I can show you exactly what we're using, but for today's purposes that will be just straightforward heated by LPG or gas. And then that hot water feed will go straight again, once again, to the kitchen sink, to the hand basin in the downstairs, in the toilet and shower, and then once again to the outdoor shower. And that's it. It's a very, very simple system, tried and effective by many people and tested, and works really, really well. Now that's all right when we're on mains hookup and things like that where we can get water, but how do we get water when we're not in places like that? So when I'm in the middle of the outback up in Scotland and places like that, how do we fill up from a stream? Well, that's where this off-grid filling system comes into play. It's a straightforward hose that will go straight into a river, a lake, or some kind of water source with a 12 volt pump through 5 filter systems of various levels, and then a hose straight into the motorhome so that we can fill the system. And that's it. Tried and tested system, and will work as efficient as anything that we possibly can. So that is just a very brief look at the kind of water system that we're going to be putting in to Daisy, our motorhome. It's easy, it's simple, and it works, and that's all that we need. Thank you for looking at this system. I hope that this is helpful, and if you have any questions about this, then please do let me know. And if you find these videos helpful, then please consider subscribing, commenting and following us as we begin the process of turning this ex-Warburton's bread lorry into a mobile home that's going to be fit for purpose for myself and my wife to be able to go live life to the full. So thank you for watching Legless, Not Lifeless, Living the Nightmare, Chasing the Dream, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Goodbye.